What's up everyone, this is CoyneDawg here with another GTA video. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the most frustrating race that I've ever done. So I ended up in this lobby when I was doing some random races earlier on today, or yesterday sorry, and yeah, I thought I'd share it with you guys because it is the most frustrating race I've ever done. This isn't the first time I did it. The first time I did it I didn't even finish it. I spent like 45 minutes on it and then quit in a rage. So it's called Skill Test Auto by a user named Mad Panda. He's not in any way related to Actual Panda, I don't think, although based on Actual Panda's track, the blender, I wouldn't be surprised if he made something like this. So yeah, so basically as you can see straight away there's checkpoints all over the place down here. Contact is on, which never bodes well, and I've basically cut out a lot of the travel time from where I'm doing the same thing over and over again, but I'm going to basically talk you guys through as much of this as I can do. The video is about, I think it's about 11 minutes long. This run of this track was, I think it took me about 19 minutes, something like that. As I said, the first time I did this, after 45 minutes quit because I just had enough, and I picked the wrong car. You have to use a T20 to do this track. I will link it below as well so that you can see. So we've kind of just finished going around all these checkpoints that are on the floor now. They're kind of, I said they're not very good in terms of the spread all over the place, but it now gets a little bit more interesting. So the first thing you've got to do is this big red ramp here. So you go up onto this bit here, and then you need to get over to this side because what you do is you go up at an angle and you have to try and land on that ledge, obviously bouncing it off the building, which I failed. And then I failed again. That one was a little bit closer. And then I failed again. That one was really close, but unfortunately it just tipped me over the edge. And again. And again. And it's getting worse now because obviously everyone's caught up with me, so there's now other people trying to get up here. Remember, this is not non-contact, there's full contact on. And again. And one more time just for good luck. I didn't even get up the ramp that time, that was just ridiculous. So, as you can see as well, traffic is on as well, just to make it worse. Traffic isn't an issue anymore after you get up here eventually. So, finally, after all those attempts, I did manage to get onto the actual ramp without falling off. I accidentally knocked him off. Sorry to whoever that was, it was an accident. I then had to do about a 10-point turn on here to be able to face the right way. And then you need to go over this ramp and land on the building across the road, which, as you can see, I missed. So after all that, I missed. And then there was a couple more fails, but I've not put them back on there. So second attempt up the ramp, and I managed to get across there this time. If you just go straight up the ramp without going off the edge like that, then you don't get anywhere near it. You have to do that to get across. So that's the easy bit. So we've then got the wall ride from hell, which on the first time I did this it took me loads of goes, but I've kind of practiced it so many times now I can get up it no problem. But as you'll see, this is the last. I never see any other players after this point because no one else gets anywhere near the end by the time I finish. So yeah, the wall ride goes all the way up, all the different colours. The thumbnail is obviously from the very top of this. And then the first couple of times I did this on the last attempt, I went too fast when you get to the top and just flew straight over the checkpoint. But I learnt my lesson and didn't fly over the checkpoint this time. So this is still the easier bits. So then you've got all these like annoying little ramps here. So you basically just jump in from ramp to ramp, which on this occasion I think I do get all the way there at first attempt. Yeah, I do make it all the way up here. But as you may or may not have noticed, I've not hit a checkpoint yet. You then have to go up all these stupid bloody tubes which are like half joined together, and you basically land upside down on each one, so you've got to do like a turn yourself over on each. And they're not even in exactly the same place as well, which doesn't help. All the way over the top there. And then one more, and then there's one last one at the top here. As you can see, I've still not hit a checkpoint, so if I die at anywhere along here, then I'm going to have to start all the way from the bottom before the ramps. So the checkpoint, as you can see, is all the way over there in the distance. So head round this little bit here. This bit's not too bad. Then when you go up here, you have to take a bit of a run up, otherwise you'd get stuck on that lip. And the first time I did this confused me because the top of this is invisible, but you can actually go on top of the container, as you'll see. So yeah, lucky landing there. Then you've got to go over these. I've fallen off on these a few times, but on this occasion you're going to watch. I managed to get across, so you kind of have to go across at an angle so that the weight transfers across to dip you across. And I thought those were the hardest bits of this section. You know, this bit is just going around the corners and all that sort of stuff. Gets a little bit trickier on these containers. And then, whoops, I've got myself stuck here at this point. I'm not really sure what to do to get out of it, as you can see. So I'm, yeah, I don't know what to do here. So in the end, I end up just like falling off because I couldn't get myself out of it. So second attempt, obviously I had to start all the way back before the ramps, so I've had to do all of that again. I did fail a few times before I got back here. So second attempt round here, and as you can see, this time will be okay. But you know, I've been doing this race for 11 minutes now. Like I said, the first time I did this, I think it probably took me about half an hour to get to this point. So this bit looks quite easy, and then you've got these buses here that have got like a bit that sticks up, which just makes it really difficult. And then, yeah, I fell off, but I managed to get the checkpoint, so it was okay. So anyway, so respawn, and then there's some more weird checkpoints here. And then we're into like a tube system now, and there's so many different ways you can go in here. I worked out the right way to go from the previous attempt, so I could remember which way to go at this point. But yeah, if you don't know the way, then obviously you could go all sorts of different ways here. That was a bit of a minor fail there. No big deal. Sorry about the sniffing, by the way, guys. I've got a cold, so... Anyway. So, yeah, so you go up here, but then you have to go kind of, like, round the tube to get yourself up onto the top of there. Because, yeah, you just have to... You do that, and then you have to kind of not do what I've just done there, because you can't reverse over it. Turn yourself around and go over the top. We still haven't got to the really hard bit yet. So there's the next checkpoint. So then we've got more of these bloody stupid tubes. These ones aren't quite as bad. You can kind of, for the most part, you can do them without actually going upside down. So, but you know, they're still a pain. I mean, the person who's made this, he's obviously put a lot of work into it to get everything to line up right and everything. But it's just like the most trolliest race I've ever done. There's probably worse ones out there than this, but this is the worst one I've ever done. So then we're onto these buses, and then again, these look quite easy, and then you've got some of these bloody stupid buses there again that have got the little flick. So you have to kind of go around it with this is why you have to use a T20. I tried to do this with a Nero and you can't do it. You kind of have to go around it and then spin yourself around them almost. It's quite difficult to do. And said the first attempt, this is where I gave up at this point because I fell off here. Like I must have spent about 20 minutes here and just couldn't do it. So I got past the first one, no problem. And then, whoops, fell off there. So I wish I had recorded the first attempt at this because the amount of swearing you guys would have been laughing your heads off at this because it was just so ridiculous. So I fell off again there. Let's try again. Nearly went then. Got myself over there. And we've made it. That's the hardest bit. And as I said, it didn't look that difficult to you guys now at that time probably, but when I played this last time, I was there for like 20 minutes and I said I just couldn't do it. So as you can see, I've still not seen anyone else. No one else is. I don't think anyone else has even passed the wall ride at this point because I never see anyone again. I don't think. Fell off there. Let's try again. Yep, there we go. We're all right now. So then we're going back the way we've come now, not all the way, because you go a different route a little bit later. So we've obviously got to go back down these now. Taking it easy with this because I don't want to fall too far. And then I decided to just jump here because I thought I could make it, which I did. Whoops. So we then head round the back of here then. So, and then you can see there's these bloody loops. which I managed to work out how to do quite easily, even though they look really difficult. Because obviously they're stunt loops, the car kind of guides itself for the most part. You only have to do a few little corrections, so it's not that bad, and you don't need to go really, really fast over it. So that's that over there. Onto some checkpoint, which I think I go over the top of. Yeah, luckily I got that checkpoint, so it's okay. So respawn back on here, and then there's some more stupid checkpoints behind you. The first time I did this, I went up the ramp without realising those were all there. Yeah, there's 4 of them. I don't know why they put 4 of them. And then we're onto this big ramp, which the car can hardly even get up. It seems to, it slows like right down, and then it'll get a little boost. Nearly there. Come on, you can do it. Speed boost at the top where it's completely useless. You might as well put that halfway down. Over these little yellow ramps. Onto this checkpoint. And then you go all the way off the top and all the way back down to where we started. So as you can probably imagine, on previous attempts to this I've exploded and all sorts, but on this occasion I managed to do it okay. As you can see some of the people here still on the wall ride and stuff. You know, they've just not gone anywhere. So yeah, so I managed to land that one, and then you go back up into the car park where we started, and that's the race basically. So that is 19 minutes-ish that I've done it in. Like I said the first time, I think it took me like 45 and I gave up, but I was in a Nero on that occasion. So yeah, so this is the trolliest race I've ever done, so I'll leave the link in it below in case anyone wants to go. If you want to try and beat my time, then feel free. Hope you enjoyed this. It was a little bit different, and I'll be back again in a couple of days with another GTA video. Thanks very much.